Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. My name is Lucas, and today we're going to be covering a few use cases for product designers to use inside of Codex, specifically skills to use inside of Codex. Now, Codex is this type of IDE that is made by OpenAI, and you can go to their website, openai.com/codex, and read a little bit more about what they do. So as you can see, designed for multi-agent workflows, adapts to how your team builds, made for always on background work. Now, once you download the Codex app, you can open it up. You're going to get something like this where you can start prompting and editing a few files from your project. You can also start building things or chatting with the AI to kind of build on top of things in your project, or you can start from scratch like I am over here. But up here on the left, we have skills. And in today's video, I'm just going to go and talk to you about a couple of potential use cases that you can use using Codex as a product designer. And by the way, before we dive into today's video, I'd love to invite you guys to my Discord community. It's called the Creator Network, and we are a bunch of different entrepreneurs, designers, developers from all around the world. And we get together every single weekday to talk about different tools, different topics, different challenges. So if you guys are interested in joining those chats, link is down in the description below. Now let's go to the most obvious skill. I can see the Figma logo over here. So I think that the first thing that we want to try out is Figma to code using Codex. So we have a few ways to get started. We can use either Figma MCP for design to code work, or turn Figma designs into production ready code. I'm going to choose this one. And over here, once you click on that, you're going to get like a quick little guide or overview, prerequisites. And it's going to give you like a little step-by-step guide on how to get started. And once you give that a quick skim, we can click on install. And then going back to the chat, I can / and we can choose our new skill that's over here. And I can start by saying, let's turn my design into code. So I just said that. It immediately gave me this little pop-up. The following MCP servers are required by the selected skills but are not installed yet. Figma, install them now, install. And that takes me to this little widget over here. I'm going to click on agree and allow access. And now we're back into Codex. And so now it's telling me to send a link in this format to start immediately. So I can go ahead and open Figma. And I'm going to choose a community project. This one I found online, 20 screens, login and register mobile. That's what it's called. Shout out to the person that did this. And we're going to basically select this. And I'm going to click on Command L to copy the link of this Figma frame to the clipboard. And going back over here, I'm going to paste that in here. And it pretty much has this format. So I'm just going to send that like that. And now it says that it's implemented the design, turned it into code. It gave me these two files, HTML and CSS. What's included, it gives us a quick rundown of what's included. I also saw that it found like incorrect text size values in some of the buttons. So it was kind of like correcting those mistakes that were from Figma. And notes repo had no existing framework, so I implemented this as a standalone HTML CSS. I couldn't do a browser-based visual diff in this environment, so final pixel check in your browser is still needed. So let's go ahead and command click this, and I'm going to double click on this. And this is what we get over here. We get pretty much what we wanted. Nothing is interactive. I can type this, I can delete this, so that works. I can do the same over here, and I type something in and it understands that this is like a password. It should be hidden. I can toggle this. I can click this, and then it like refreshes the page. And these buttons don't have any hover effects or any states. I cannot click on login. A few things are kind of off. So I would want to see how we can kind of improve the design here. Now it's giving me these next steps. If you want next, I can convert this into React Next components, add interaction states, and build additional screens. So let's just do the first two, I would say. And we're going to just paste that in here and click on submit. Now it's telling me what it did. It's giving me some notes, and it's telling me to run these different things. So I'm going to click on the terminal over here, and I'm going to copy these commands, or I'm just going to type them down. npm install. Go ahead and click on enter. Then we're going to do npm run dev. Click on enter again. And now command click this. Now we're starting to get a little bit more interactivity. I'm getting these different states. So over here, as you can see, these switch. I click on login, and now it says login form is valid. but the design is still kind of off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to bring in a screenshot from Figma and tell Codex to kind of polish the design a bit. So over here, I'm just going to go ahead and take a screenshot of this, and going back over here, just going to drag and drop the screenshot into the chat. And for reasoning, we might want to kick it up a bit. So I'm going to click on hi, click on send. And now that's looking much better. We have a fixed icon. That's the first thing I noticed. This is looking much nicer as well. Obviously, if this is still something to fix, but eventually you can do that. You can just give it an image and it can replace the image here. That's no big deal. And you can eventually create a login view that's different, a sign up view that's different, create extra pages, make this web or desktop responsive, because right now it's only mobile responsive, or it only kind of shows in this size. But yeah, all in all, eventually it'll get there. It does a pretty good job bringing in designs in from Figma. You just need kind of that like extra touch and patience to, mold it into a much nicer looking design. Now, the next use case here is design system extraction. So basically opening up any Figma file, Figma project, and having the ability to kind of extract the theme from that design to eventually build something new here in Codex. So I can basically say generate design tokens, CSS variables, typography scale, spacing rules, and component API docs from a design file, from a Figma design file, and turn it into a docx or a markdown. And before we do that, we just want to make sure that we use that other skill, just the Figma skill. So let's install that, and / let's do the Figma, paste, enter. And once you do that, you want to just copy the link of this specific Figma project and then go back here and we're going to paste that. We just want to make sure that this is the correct file structure or link structure. So file frame node, that looks correct. Let's go ahead and send that. And something to kind of keep in mind, it says that it failed because the MCP session expected a selected layer, but then automatically it started saying, I got the node map successfully. Next, I'm collecting screenshots plus variable definitions from the same node and retrying design context. So it's like kind of trying and failing, but then retrying in a different way. So it's interesting to see how this works. And so now it created this markdown file and this doc. So I'm going to click on the markdown file just to check it out. And as you can see, it created the file. So Carbon Design System. So source node extracted via Figma MCP, design tokens. We have the different colors. We have the typography. We have the font weight. We have effects, typography style, spacing rules, a bunch of different things that we can use as a markdown for eventually building out different types of prototypes. And I can say, turn this doc into an HTML page so I can visually see the colors, typography, and etc. And now I can click on that. I get this nice HTML page with the Carbon Design System. So we have our design tokens, typography scale, spacing rules, API, component API docs. Looks really, really fancy, beautiful, really. And it just took us like, 2 minutes to do this, which is crazy. But yeah, that was basically generating design tokens from Figma. Now, the next thing that I want to cover is generating a UI audit from specific screenshots or from a document or even eventually from a Figma design. Basically ask for like an accessibility and UX consistency audit in some type of PDF file format with sections, with tables, with priorities, so that we can just eventually send it to our stakeholders or to our client. And first off, I just want to start off with like maybe screenshots like this. So I can maybe try to just give it like something like this with the different screenshots of 6 screens. And this is where we can use, for example, this PDF skill. So I'm just going to click on install skill. And I eventually also want to test it with real URLs. So I'm going to also install this Playwright skill over here. And so for the first thing, I'm just going to click on / PDF skill, create a UI audit, create a UI audit based on the screens in the attachment, output a client-ready PDF with sections, tables, and priorities. We also want to make sure that our screenshot is attached. I'm going to go ahead and click on send. And we get this UI audit Airwallex mobile flow PDF. I haven't opened it yet, so let's open it together and let's double click over here. And we basically get this PDF over here, a couple of pages, 8 pages long, UI UX audit report, Airwallex mobile transfer and activity flow, prepared for client stakeholders. I guess you can change the name over here. Executive summary. This audit reviews the provided air wallets, mobile screens across home, activity transfer, setup, review, and success states. It gives us a few findings over here with different topics like accessibility, potential low contrast and secondary grade text, and iconography. So for example, we have these like secondary grade text over here, and the icon, it seems to be white with this like light gray background. I guess that's true. And then you have like detailed findings over here. And then at the final part of this, you have these different sprints, potential sprints that you can run in order to improve. Now, I find this flow pretty interesting. You can also ask it to include the images and maybe have the image and then show the findings of that specific screen. The deeper you go into this, the more custom you can make it to your own use case. Anyways, the next thing that I want to do here regarding the same skill is, or a different skill now, but the same type of use case, is Playwright CLI skill. And what I want to do is I want to give it a specific link, and so that it analyzes the flow of that link to the end goal, which would be, in my case, we can go to the marketplace and look for a free template, maybe under, a specific category like political or something like that. Let's just make it a little bit easier. A free template for the e-commerce space. So I can say, go to this framer.com/marketplace and look for a free e-commerce template. Provide me with an HTML audit that shows the steps it took for you to find the free template, and also include screenshots of the page if possible, or of the pages, and give me an executive summary, findings tables, and prioritize action plan on how to improve the UX of this flow. And over here, I'm going to set this to high, so it has high reasoning, and we go ahead and click on send. And I had to quickly grant permissions. A pop-up came up asking if I allow Codex to use my browser. I said yes. Okay, so now we have our main deliverable. We have these different PNGs over here. Very, very interesting. It did take a while to generate, but let's start clicking on this, and I can see some screenshots. They look pretty good. Click on this, and now we have our UX Audit Framer Marketplace free e-commerce template discovery flow audit. And step 1, step 2, damn, look at this. E-commerce category, pricing filter option, free filter, template detail confirmation, findings table. These are the different findings. What has a high priority? I guess this one is high priority. We can eventually, adjust that. Finding no explicit guided path for common intents. I need a free. Okay, so you can't like type that. You can't type that in like a search bar. There's no like AI to kind of help you. You have to like look for it. High horizontal category density may reduce discoverability in smaller viewports. Interesting. And we have this prioritized action plan, 0 to 2 weeks. We can do this. And 6 to 10 weeks, we have these more challenging sprints, I guess. But it did a fantastic job. This was the first try. Wow, we get something like this, a full UX audit. But anyways, guys, that's it from my side. Hope you enjoyed today's video. It's pretty impressive what you can do with Codex. Really excited to see what you guys are using Codex for. Maybe you're using it at your job or for some type, or you're just poking around or something. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below. And again, thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you next time. Goodbye.